Aloha, it's breaking prophecy news, your top Bible targets today. Aloha Friday, it's January 27th, 2017, Holocaust Remembrance Day. Never forget, always remember. The White House today proposing a 20% tax on all imports from Mexico as a way to pay for the border wall. President Trump always promised Mexico would pay for the wall, which could cost about $10 to $15 billion. Mexico's president persists and insists that Mexico will not pay for the wall. CNBC News reported immediately as Mexico's president canceled a meeting with President Trump yesterday that it got smacked. The peso was smacked in financial markets after Mexico's president canceled that meeting. British Prime Minister Theresa May says the U.S. and Great Britain must stand together, but not return to failed policies of the past. At a congressional Republican retreat in Philadelphia yesterday, May said the U.S. and Britain have shared the burden of leading the free world, but added the days of trying to, quote, remake the world in our image are over. Today, May became the first foreign leader to officially meet the President Trump at the White House. Great news today. The New York Times reports that President Trump signed an executive order stopping all U.S. funding of the United Nations, agencies which recognize Palestinian Authority and the PLO, which is the Palestinian Liberation Organization. It also targets any other international bodies or programs that recognize the Palestinians. Not only is President Trump looking to cut U.S. funding for the UN, he also wants to cut its influence on American foreign policy. Every day like Christmas. Good news, California, which is America's breadbasket and salad bowl, source of much of our food supply, may be back in business after extreme drought, thanks to one of the wettest Januaries on record. For the first time since January 2014, that's 3 years, no part of the state is gripped by exceptional drought, which is the worst level available. And the U.S. Drought Monitor only considers 2% still in extreme drought conditions, down from 22% only a week ago. Great news. And the rains of blessings continue to fall under the Trump administration. Bad news, though, for California. Democratic lawmakers yesterday introduced a bill supporters say would make California the first state to add a third gender that doesn't exist except in California, third gender option, the non-binary gender, on state documents. Continue to keep your eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to take in what is happening as far as ungodly legislation around our nation. And in the threats of war file, in a rare move, China has just announced the deployment of a new intercontinental ballistic missile, an ICBM. The DF-41 can carry up to 12 nuclear warheads. China claims it has the longest range of any nuclear missile in the world. It's thought to be a threat to the U.S. President Trump, known for his sharp anti-Chinese talk and his announced plans for a new ballistic missile system here in the U.S. And Islamist jihadi fighters, Al-Shabaab, launched an attack in Kenya at a base in Somalia. The Al-Qaeda-linked group says it has killed more than 50 soldiers and seized military vehicles and weapons. Watch this Islamist jihadi state and war continue. It's on the move. Finally, great news again as we finish up our Friday broadcast here. Vice President Mike Pence made history today speaking at the March for Life in Washington, D.C. It's the first time in its 43-year history a sitting vice president or president spoke. Vice President Pence said, "Life is winning again in America." He said President Trump firmly stands for the right to life, and huge crowds started gathering early to protest abortion and the Supreme Court's Roe versus Wade ruling in 1973, opening the door for legal abortion in the U.S. This March for Life, as I said yesterday, is the largest civil rights demonstration in the United States of America. May God bless the unborn and all Americans, and may all Americans bless God. Keep your eyes on the prize, Jesus returning in the sky.